We start the episode with Wasp being annoying as ever, trying to get Ant-Man to take a vacation when he just wants to work on more science experiments. At this point, I don't even know why she is trying to court him if she didn't expect any of this. Wasp then teases Ant-Man by mentioning Tony Stark, and how he would probably join her if Ant-Man is not going to. And now I really hope we don't spend the whole episode with her annoying ass. Anyway, they meet one Carol Danvers, and she welcomes them with open arms and asks for Ant-Man's help. She takes them to her boss Philip, who Wasp calls cute, in a not-so-subtle way that gets Ant-Man understandably frustrated. Philip and Carol then show them satellite images of an unidentifiable object in space near Earth that they think is extraterrestrial. The object suddenly speeds up and destroys the satellite and the signal dish outside their base. Carol thinks they are under attack and readies her gun while taking Wasp and Ant-Man to further investigate. On the way, Carol tells Wasp to knock it off with her trying to anger and frustrate Ant-Man. She thinks he is already in love with her, but Wasp doesn't care, and would rather he hate her than not get a reaction at all. They reach the crash site and find no evidence of alien life whatsoever. Hank checks some mysterious residue, but still doesn't think that it is aliens after all. We see that they are being watched by something. Suddenly, they hear movement right behind them and get attacked by some kind of blast. Wasp manages to barely notice the invisible creature, but she still can't shoot him for the life of her. Ant-Man resorts to calling for the Avengers to deal with this and give him some help. They get attacked once again, but Ant-Man outsmarts the invisible creature and uses his ants to cover its body and give away its location. Somehow Wasp sneaks in another jab at Ant-Man like it is her job to do so. The alien shows themselves finally as a huge extraterrestrial robot. Ant-Man tries to tell Carol to not appear hostile or make sudden moves, but the robot is triggered by her gun and attacks. Carol refuses to let it go, to her ultimate detriment. Ant-Man forces Carol and Wasp to stop attacking it, and the robot diverts its attention to the observatory base. They try to hold it down before evacuating, but the robot takes out Ant-Man and starts destroying the observatory. The energy explosion mixed in with its alien blast affected Carol and Philip in a weird way. Philip transforms into a blue alien creature and calls himself Mar-Vell of the Kree Empire. He tries to stop the robot again, but it shoots at the power core, and it explodes as everyone immediately flees to safety. Mar-Vell explains to them the history of the Kree Empire and their war with the Skrulls, ultimately resulting in the Earth being a desirable location for both parties. What they just fought is a Kree sentry drone, and it is equipped with a Nigga-bomb that destroys any populations that it deems as a threat to the Kree Empire. And because of the fight Ant-Man and Wasp put against it, the Earth will experience the Nigga-bomb in less than an hour. Tensions arise between Mar-Vell and the Avengers, leading to a standoff. Wasp wants Hulk to smash the Kree spy, but Ant-Man thinks we should talk first. Mar-Vell explains himself and proves that he was only here to study humans and tried to cloak the observatory, but failed in doing so. He wants to help them get rid of the Kree sentry and save their species. They let him go reluctantly and accept his help. The Avengers, with Mar-Vell, spot the Kree sentry and ambush it. Hulk immediately goes to town and starts smashing the shit out of the sentry, as Mar-Vell explains that they need to expose the bomb and deactivate it before it blows up. The Avengers join Hulk in smashing the robot, but it makes easy work of all of them, even Mr. Mar-Vell. Wasp somehow still finds the time to berate Ant-Man for not giving her attention in the middle of a fight with an alien that will wipe humanity. Women, enough said. Ant-Man is confused for a moment, but the robot fires rockets at a distracted Wasp, and Ant-Man saves her ass before almost confessing his love and then passing out. And now Wasp is tearing up and is determined to take out the robot. It only possibly took her the man she supposedly loves sacrificing himself. The Avengers throw everything they have at the robot and it barely makes a dent, but a dent is all Wasp needs to infiltrate its body and finally destroy it from the inside. A projection of a Kree commander then appears and scolds Mar-Vell for going soft. Mar-Vell tries to plead with them to leave Earth alone and strike a partnership with them, but the commander refuses and allows the Nigga-bomb to go off. Mar-Vell thinks it is his fault, also mainly because Wasp is screaming his face off, so he takes the bomb to space, but loses consciousness before he is clear of Earth. The Avengers save him and take care of the bomb themselves, with Thor throwing it far away. Mar-Vell thanks the Avengers for their help, but warns them that the Kree will come back, and that's why he will try to defend Earth's case for survival to the supreme intelligence of the Kree. He apologizes to Wasp and disappears. Wasp finally comes to her senses and apologizes to Ant-Man for being unnecessarily mean and annoying the whole episode, and they hug each other. Carol interrupts this sweet moment by asking them why the ceiling is low, as she floats in the air with a golden aura surrounding her. AIM and Hydra are striking yet another deal at a pier somewhere. AIM wants more money to finish the weapon Hydra needs, and Reaper says he will get back to them for that. Arrows suddenly start flying and hitting both sides, as Hawkeye interrupts and asks them both about the location of Black Widow. They try to take him down, but he is too craft for now, so they both end up retreating back to their respective bases. S.H.I.E.L.D. suddenly crashes Hawkeye's party, and Nick Fury has a stern talk with the arrogant hero. Fury tells him to let go of his silly revenge plot because it is interfering with S.H.I.E.L.D. business. Hawkeye thinks S.H.I.E.L.D. has fallen off because they can't even locate Black Widow. Fury retorts that Widow is resourceful, and taking on Hydra operations one at a time will only complicate things and increase their numbers, literal Hydra and whatnot. Iron Man shockingly agrees, and Hawkeye takes offense and quits the Avengers like a pissy baby to find Black Widow alone. After the meeting, Captain America and Black Panther catch up to him and offer their help in finding Black Widow. Mockingbird, another S.H.I.E.L.D. operative, and the girl in the jet that Hulk saved in his origin episode, joins the three men and offers her help in finding Black Widow as well. They track down the Reaper, and Hawkeye alongside Mockingbird attacks him. They get captured, however, after the fight, but it might have been part of the plan, as Captain America and Black Panther confirm that they have been captured and follow the Reaper to the Hydra base. Captain America seems to fancy Mockingbird and is kind of anxious about her being captured. Meanwhile, she is having a grand old time somehow and making all the Hydra agents laugh at her jokes and stories, so much so that Reaper has to come in and tell her to shut her mouth. Captain America and Black Panther lose the signal right before Reaper reaches the base. In the base, Strucker is being told about the latest dealings that Black Widow and Madam Hydra have managed to secure. He stops Madam Hydra from revealing a top secret, indicating that he still doesn't trust Black Widow fully. Reaper comes in and tells Strucker that AIM wants more money and that he has captured an Avenger. Strucker wants to kill him, but Madam Hydra stops him because she thinks they would make for a good bargaining chip. Strucker agrees and sends them to the dungeon, all while Black Widow looks lost in thought. Mockingbird mocks Hawkeye for going through this whole thing, just because Black Widow betrayed him. Black Widow then visits Hawkeye in the dungeon and tries to talk to him, but he is having none of it, so she leaves. He then impresses Mockingbird by breaking both of them out immediately. Meanwhile, MODOK is informed by AIM scientists that the weapon that they are creating for Hydra, the one that was supposed to be fake to swindle Hydra out of money, might actually be possible. MODOK thinks this changes everything and calls Strucker. Back at the base, Hawkeye sends a signal to the Captain and Black Panther as they attempt to break out of the Hydra base. The Captain and the Panther join Hawkeye and Mockingbird at the base and defeat all the Hydra agents, right before Strucker initiates a self-destruct sequence and escapes. Hawkeye has the chance to take down Black Widow or save Mockingbird from Madam Hydra with his last arrow, and he chooses to save his friend instead of taking needless revenge for now. Or that's what we thought before he immediately runs after Black Widow and jumps on her. They duke it out, and Black Widow absolutely stomps his ass. She got my man trying to attack her with both of his arms going limp. What a travesty. Strucker praises Black Widow for her loyalty and proceeds to take the life out of Hawkeye. But lo and behold, Black Widow might actually be a double agent as she strikes Strucker in the back of the head, apologizes to Hawkeye, but still carries Strucker to safety. The Avengers manage to escape safely. They get another earful from Nick Fury, but this time Hawkeye feels bad about what he has done. Meanwhile, Black Widow explains what happened to Strucker and how Reaper and Madam Hydra were captured. AIM then shows up and gives Hydra their money back, telling them that the weapon was a failure and that they will build something else soon. Strucker realizes that they are lying. Back at the S.H.I.E.L.D. base, Madam Hydra's unconscious body turns into a Skrull, and Nick Fury realizes they have got a big problem now. Not a lot of comments here. Two great episodes setting up future events and narratives, including both the Kree and the Skrulls. Wasp is an annoying character, to be fair, and I don't get her if she was not like 18 years old at least. She acts really childish. So I guess I was right, that in the last episode, Black Widow is actually a double agent, and Hawkeye was a dumbass for snooping for too long. I wonder how her narrative will wrap up, and how Madam Hydra being a Skrull will affect the Avengers. This brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one. Your support helps us grow. And tell me, what do you think of these two episodes? Who do you think in the Avengers is actually a Skrull? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.